Do you want to get yourself one of the best early game ships and probably one of the best ships in the entire game? Well, look no further with the Star Eagle from the Freestar Rangers. Today, we're going to be taking a look at how you get access to this ship, going through the entire quest line and giving you some tips along the way. And then we're going to go over the ship and give you some things that you could modify to it to make it that much better. So let's jump in. In order to gain access to the Freestar Rangers quest line, you need to go to Aquila via the main quest. You need to wrap up whatever is going on at the bank. And then once that's done, you will speak to the Marshal, who will tell you to go and visit Emma Wilcox. She will tell you that you can go and complete a bounty board mission to become a deputy for the Freestar Rangers. You can either kill some ships, you can either go do a bounty. It's entirely up to what the board says to you, and you can move on and head back to Emma to start the quest line. What they're going to tell you to do is go to a farm in the same system, and essentially you're going to have to dispatch some mercenaries because these mercenaries are trying to take over the farm. When you've done that, there's no real way of getting out of the situation. There's no persuasion boxes. You just have to fight them, so be ready for a fight. And then once you've killed them all, you're going to end up going back to Aquila to continue on with the faction quest line. That's going to take you to Podra, where you're going to help another ranger that is unfortunately been slapped up in her spaceship, and you're going to have to dock and help her repair. Once you've helped her repair, you're going to head down to Hope Tech, which is on the planet, and you're going to go through the necessary quest steps. Essentially, it's just a conversation. Treat everyone nicely and remember to uphold the values of the Freestar Rangers throughout the entirety of this. So picking the good option will be pretty good for later on because you will get evaluated on your performance across all of these side missions. There's a quite fun side quest that you will see a person when you get to Hope Tech. So if you want to go and do that at the same time, then feel free to do that. Progressing on further, eventually you will get to the point where you need to head to Neon. This is where you meet up with another Freestar Ranger. As you progress along, you're going to get information from a maintenance guy. This maintenance guy is going to tell you about a loan that needs to be paid off. You can either go and visit the loan shark for him, or you can pay the credits to get the information straight away. If you decide to go and deal with the loan shark, you're going to have to try and convince them to let the debt go for the maintenance guy. If you don't, you're going to have to fight your way out, so you can get some pretty good things here. You can get actually a really cool loan shark like apparel option. So I would definitely recommend doing that if you want to fight your way out and don't persuade people. And then we move into the next step of the quest, which essentially is going to send you to the Red Mile, which is the casino, which is also cool because in that area there is a vendor that sells shielded cargo. So we'll be able to go back to this vendor in the future when we get ourselves on the Star Eagle. But when you get to the Red Mile, essentially you're going to go through all the conversations and you're going to have to run the Red Mile. The Red Mile is essentially a combat challenge where you go to this beacon, activate it, and there's a load of these alien enemies that you're going to have to fight, these Red Mile maulers. And once you've killed a bunch of those, it's really good for some XP as well. You're going to head back, and then eventually you'll go and speak to the owner, I think it's May, and she is going to send you on a meeting to go up and meet Marco. Landing on the planet where Marco is situated, you're going to then have to go and walk towards him to go and talk to him. When you talk to him, he is going to eventually get violent. You will try and be able to convince him, but he'll try and make you traitorize the Freestar Rangers if you really want. But ultimately, you're going to have to fight him. He will put his gun out on you. But a good thing that you can do here is when you fight him and kill him, take his key card, go into the back room where his vault is that has some good loot in there, and then also activate the computer, which allows you to change the active, friendly, or foe for the turrets. So you can literally stay in the room while the turrets destroy all of his mercenaries or guards. So there's the first slate that you have. Now, before you even head back to Aquila, I would recommend that you go and do the second quest, which is Maya. Head to the clinic that is available to you. You're going to go through all the different dialogue options, and when you get to speak to the computer guy, you're going to tell him that you have an access to the maintenance. So you're going to go into the maintenance PC and essentially activate the VIP, and the VIP will be under The VIP's name is Caroline. This is an alias for Maya. When you find this out, you need to go to the VIP section. Now, if you have medicine, which is the 10% upgrade for your med packs, you can actually go and see the doctor, and initially he will say no, you can't get access to that place, but if you have that as medicine, you'll get it as an additional dialogue option. I'm sure there's another way to be able to get through via persuasion or lockpicking, but that is the method that I chose in this specific one. So if you need to go and get a skill in medicine and then come back to this quest, then I would recommend doing so because it makes it so much easier. As you enter the area though, you will be attacked by a turret. Kill the turret, and then you need to go to the actual bed bay that is where the VIP was. Now, on the desk to the left-hand side, there is a note that is going to reveal the location of where Maya actually is, and that's where you're going to end up flying out to. Here, you're going to have to go through all of these different robot mechs and also some little aliens on this specific planet. There's also going to be some traps as well, most importantly, mines. Make sure you have a lot of med packs and also things that are going to be able to keep you alive in this area to take out the robots and the specific little alien insect things. And eventually you will come across Maya. Now, the important thing to also have here is a mining cutter, because this will allow you to open up the door by cutting the 4 bolts. Then Maya will attack you, and then once you get her down low, you'll be able to engage in dialogue. Now here, I would not recommend killing her because unfortunately she has a condition that is going to give her a few weeks to live. You can literally just spare her and she will give you a data slate that you can eventually take back to Aquila, because if you have done Marco as well at the same time, you can go all the way back to Aquila and hand in the data slates to Alex, and then you will have a performance review with the Marshal and Emma, and then midway through that conversation, Alex will come in telling you that he's revealed some interesting information that'll take you to an abandoned mech factory where you'll have to go and fight the Major Hull in this instance. Before you go to the abandoned mech place, I need you to save here and then upgrade your ship. Make sure it's strong enough to be able to deal with a bunch of fighters, and also make sure you have a bunch of ship parts as well to basically heal your ship if you get into trouble, because as soon as you arrive in the system where the abandoned mech factory is, you're going to be attacked by 3 waves of the first ships. So if you take them out, and also I recommend quick saving after each wave, so you can, if you have a bit of a bad time on the second wave, you can reload it and essentially make sure you don't lose as much health. And then once you've killed them all, you're then going to head down to the planet and go to the abandoned mech factory. There's a ton of enemies here. There's also the Major that you're going to have to fight, and eventually you'll make your way through to fight him, and then you'll engage in dialogue. The dialogue, I would recommend not attacking him and essentially keep along the lines of saying that I want to find out the truth of what is going on, and he will give you a data slate and then attack you, so you're going to have to kill him anyway. This is going to then take you to Hope Tech because, surprise, surprise, Ron Hope, the guy who's supposed to be all nice, is actually a piece of work. So you're going to go and confront him. And what you want to do here is choose the options where you're not going to attack him outright. You're going to tell him to expose himself and bring him in so he is taken by the Freestar Rangers. He's obviously going to reject that, and eventually he will say for his guards to attack you. You kill both of his guards and his security, collect all the loot, and then finish up some of the dialogue options. Then head back to Aquila and finish off all the dialogue options there, and you will get a promotion from Deputy to Ranger, and this will give you access to the Star Eagle ship. It also gives you access to a cool Ranger uniform and a spacesuit that's pretty neat looking as well. So let's actually go through the ship itself. So here we have the Star Eagle. It is pretty big on the landing pad. It gives me that vibe of a fighter slash like Starship, like cargo type deal. But yeah, it's really, really good. It moves really well, and it has some really good things going for it. I'm actually going to go over all of the different stats in the ship technician, but I want to give you a little bit of a walkthrough of what I've actually changed to the ship. So when I went inside, the initial bottom floor is a engineering dock that goes all the way through to the end, which is like a 3 bay. I changed it out for 2, so I've extended the length of the ship just a little bit to give myself an industrial workshop, a workbench, and then also a research lab in here, and then also we have a pharmaceutical lab and also a research lab as well. So let's jump over to the ship technician, but actually no, before we do that, let's show you the cockpit, because the cockpit is actually really, really cool. It's probably one of the coolest looking ones, and it gives me that proper spaceship type vibe. And I'm going to be messing around with the cockpit of this same type in future on upgraded ships, but this is the main cockpit. The cargo hold is right here, and yeah, it's really, really cool. I like this as well. And then in the back, at the back of here, you have an ability to put down legendary weapons, so you don't want to have some stuff on you. You can also get a bunch of crew in here as well. You have a prisoner bay. So yeah, lots to look at. But let's have a look at the ship. So inside the ship builder, just to let you know, here we have the science lab and also the workshop. And if I show you right here, we can actually attach this on here. And I think you can actually put an additional hab a little bit further down. Yeah, you can. So I had the original one, which was the engineering bay, which is below. But yeah, you can ultimately, if you wanted to, add in some extra mass by putting in things to add more crew onto the ship. But yeah, all I did was extend this out a little bit more and move the reactor. It's really easy to do. And then also you can get yourself shielded cargo from the planet in the game that we went to previously, which is the Red Mile. I'll just come out of the vendor here to show you where that actually is. So if you come out and go all the way to the main constellation map, go all the way over to Porima, or Porima, however you want to pronounce that. Head back there, and then you can go to the Red Mile and see the services guy, which will give you a shielded cargo. Lastly, let's have a quick look over the ship, which is a reactor. It has 5 crew and it has 760 shield. Alongside that, it has 958 hull, which means it's very tanky for the level that you're at. And it has a whopping 2,470 cargo. Obviously, I got a little bit of the additional shielded cargo as well. It has missiles. The lasers are pretty decent as well. And then it also has some suppressors as well. I haven't figured out what each of the things do yet. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on it. But still, very good ship. And I definitely recommend picking it up. But yeah, if this video has been helpful to you at all, guys, please let me know. Leave a like on the video, subscribe down below, and leave a comment. Are you going to be going after this ship? What ships do you want to build in Starfield? That's what I want to know. And as always, this has been Jimbo, and I'll see you guys next time.